So yeah, I'm in this trading position right now. I'm in euro US dollar short, and I thought this is a good learning point, good teaching point, to be honest. Like, when is it a good idea to bail on a position that you don't think is going to go with you? And I always look at the lower time frame, or the time frame that I took the position on. So I took this position on a 15-minute time frame. I'm on a 4-hour time frame right now on euro dollar, but I took it because of some reasons, right? We always want to enter with an edge. Okay, so reasons from a higher time frame, below the 50 moving average. I like to be short below the 50. We can see that the market is consolidating quite clearly, and the market moved to the downside, moved back up, created a high, and then recently, today on Monday, early European trading, price came back into that swing high, and I was basically looking to see how price reacts to that level. Do we get a rejection or not? And I do a lot of that analysis on the higher time frame. If we get a decent rejection on a higher time frame, then I'm willing to sort of hold it. So we had the rejection here. So the next thing I did, I went down to my 15-minute, and I was looking for a way to enter on this position. Okay, so what I was looking at essentially was the fact that this is what we're looking at on the higher time frame. You know, this was the H4 push down, the H4 push back up. But what I can see from a 15-minute perspective is once that 4-hour bearish candle closed, the trend on the 15-minute changed. We broke through these previous lows, we retested it, and that's where I got short. Okay, so I waited for that 4-hour to close, waited for a close below the 50 on my 15-minute time frame, and more importantly, there was the lower low, lower high formation. So price has been moving down pretty well. Happy with how this is going so far, but this area here got me thinking. This little pullback area here. Okay, now obviously price before that is just moving in a straight line to the downside. Everything's all good, we're all happy with how this is performing. But when you get these pullbacks here, this is where traders start to panic. Okay, they start to panic because they saw that their P&L changes quite significantly at that point, which is unfortunate because I think we should trade with process over P&L. Okay, and that's saying it for myself as well. I want to always try and make sure that I'm trading for the right reasons and for the right process, putting that probability in my favor. So where does this go wrong? Essentially, you know, I'm looking at this now, and the market, it's in a downward trend, right? On the 15-minute, what am I looking for? Well, on my H4 time frame, I'm looking to target these key swing lows down through here. The market has stalled. Where's it stalled at? It's stalling at these kind of hourly lows down through there where we've seen buys in the past. So price could change here. It could rally. It can still stop me out of the position, you know. There's not a problem with that. But there's one or two things that you can do. The first thing you can do is take some profits, relieve the stress from your mind. Take half the position off and leave the rest running, maybe stop loss to break even. My rules don't dictate I can do that just yet, okay? But I like the idea of looking at how the trend moves from this point, okay? So the only way I would really start to consider getting out of this position and consider it, okay, it's not going to do what I thought it was going to do, is if the 15-minute changes. Okay, so I believe that the 15-minute is going to make lower highs and lower lows until we reach this point. So if that dynamic changes, then there's something wrong. So let's say we come back, we retest this swing low here, we rally, we breach that swing high, we've made a new higher high. At that point, then I have to start thinking, well, is this position the right position to be in anymore? Has the technicals changed at that point? And that's what I think is really important, and what I want to highlight in this video is there's nothing conditionally wrong with this at the moment. Okay, what I'm going to look at is if we come into this swing low again and get a same reaction, is it worth holding that position, or is it worth just banking that position? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert just by that area there, and what I'm going to wait for is if price comes into that alert, okay, I'm going to start managing the position now, because I want it to continue to make lower lows and lower highs into that area. So I'm either going to bring my stop loss down to break even, or I'm going to look at how price action is determined at that point. Do we get a break of the downward trend that we're seeing at the moment? We could add some sort of indicators in here and things like that, and some tools. We've got this sort of trend line, so the first kind of warning sign would be if price was to really start sort of breaking trend lines here and start pushing higher. But essentially, at the moment, I'm just watching this H4 time frame. That's the time frame that I'm doing all of my analysis from today, and I want to see price continue to push down into these H4 swing lows. But just keep in mind, don't get out the trade until you feel like it's a good position to do so, okay? Has the dynamics changed here? Not really. So I'm going to continue to hold this, see if it can move to the downside, and see what the outcome is. So thanks for watching the video update. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you get it frustrated when you start to see that P&L swing? Let me know. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon.